Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, today is a huge day. I'm about to transform my garage into something just completely different. We're going to first begin with some epoxy floor, and that's a multi-day project. So it's in the evening on Saturday, and we're about to just get started taking everything out of the garage. So get ready, because it's going to be a pretty big transformation. So let me just do some before and photos real fast so we can kind of see what it starts as, and then we'll see what it ends as. All right, here we go. So you have seen many videos inside this garage, but usually I'm just focused over here, trying to hide this mess. Now, there definitely have shown this side of the garage before, but this is all going to be taken care of. We're going to about to take every single thing out, including the shelves. Everything has got to go. So the goal is by the end of the night, everything is out, including taking apart those shelves right there. So we have a big project ahead of us. Then after that, we'll come back and we'll take another look at the floor, because we're definitely gonna, that's the main event for this round. I think you know, I'm probably going to do something a little special. I think instead of putting these metal shelves back in, I'm probably going to put in some custom shelves similar to these right here. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling towards the end of it. But this is going to be a week-long project, and so here we go.
Left with you, the feelings going through. It's always you, 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 it's always you. I keep falling for you. Keep falling for you. Why do I keep feeling this pain? It's like I'm going for insane. It's nothing left to say. It is time, let it be. Away from me, away from me. It's always you. 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 Keep falling for you.
All right, so it's all cleaned out and it's dusted, but my work has just begun. Kind of giving you just a quick look at some of the stains I'm going to have to get up, and some of the paint, and even some of the repairs. Here's some of the concrete. The foundation has split apart from the edge here, and also as we come around to some of these corners, I'm going to have to do some fill in, like right here. That's a pretty major gap. I'm going to go ahead and have to get some specific putty for that concrete filler. And then I just have all these sort of little cracks kind of You know, nothing really significant, just over the 40, almost 50 years that this house has been laid down, you know, just got some cracks that have occurred over the years. And then also I have one more little section right here in this corner I got to go ahead and fill in with some stuff. So I've got still a lot of work ahead of me, definitely a lot more days of work. But today I'm for right now, I'm going to go sit down, get some water, take a minute, and then off to the cleaning I do. I think what I'm going to try to do is go over everything first in my diamond head for the angle grinder and just see what that can kind of tone down. Actually, you know what? I may even just do some degreasing real fast. You know, I'm unsure on how I'm going to get at this. We'll figure it out. I'm going to think about it here in a second, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so the way that I'm going to go ahead and do the next step is I want to do some of the garage floor repairs first before I really get deep into the cleaning. So in order to have sort of a clean slate, I'm going to show you the tools that I'm about to use, and I basically want to kind of grind everything down. I'm going to first hose it down, grind everything down, and then going to go ahead and get to the degreaser. But when it's time to start doing degreaser and cleaning it, I'm going to see if there's a pressure washer available so that I can rent it and do it. But let me show you the tools I'm about to use. So using a combination of my shop vac connected to this dust shroud that's going to be surrounding this diamond head that's going to go on my angle grinder, I'm going to go ahead and just do a very light grinding down of the whole entire garage floor. So I'm going to probably start off on a very small section and just see how it kind of looks in case I want to change the course. But that is my plan, so it's just time to send it. Let's do it. Well, after adjusting the dust shroud and getting it so it wasn't interfering with the blade grinder itself, the diamond grinder, this is kind of what it's able to do. So definitely took out some pretty stained areas. I think there was some paint and that took it right up. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and continue with this, and I'm just going to go ahead and put you guys outside and let me just get started in here because I got a lot of work ahead of me. All right, let's send it. What's going on, everybody? Man, that was a day's work right there. Whew, that might be one of those times when sending it goes wrong. I don't know what to say. Hopefully all this work I did today is for nothing. I mean, is for a lot of something and not for nothing. But let me take you around and show you what the floor looks like now. I was actually hoping to get by and maybe do a quick rinse, but man, it's 9 in the evening now, and I'm done. Just put a fork in me. That's a wrap. But let me show you what the floor looks like now. So definitely was able to get up all the paint and like all the stains, or at least a good 98, 99% of it. There are some like swirl marks in there, and I'm hoping that if I put the epoxy down thick, that it will go ahead and basically fill those and then lay evenly. Next step, what I'm going to do is start filling in some of these cracks. Let me come to the center one, like this crack here. I'm going to do this tomorrow. What I want to do is not, I'm going to have to rent a pressure washer because I don't own one, obviously. And so what the goal is I want to do all the repairs first, and then when it gets down to the point where I need to basically do a good degreasing and also do the etching part of it, I want to have the pressure washer for that, just to really get in and try to dig up any dust that may be on here, because as you can see, I created a lot of dust today. And you saw that dust shroud broke, so don't recommend that one. It just had its last vibration. It just was vibrated. It couldn't hang with the Milwaukee. You know, thank goodness to Milwaukee. Obviously, I'm so new in my channel. I am not at all receiving any sort of paid promotions, but Milwaukee definitely held up to the task. But one of the things I'm kind of just showing here on the edge is, since I had the dust shroud on, I couldn't get all the way up there. But since I took it off, I'm going to go ahead tomorrow, and before I really start getting in and doing any more cleaning, I'm just going to go around these edges and just get to the stuff that I really couldn't because the dust shroud was on. All right, so before I let you go, though, I wanted to talk to you about something that is fresh on my mind and just cover it before I forget tomorrow. So I found that if you want to go hardcore and just go completely crazy and do what I did with the angle grinder, more power to you. But, if you want to do it, go ahead. If you're going to follow like what I did, I found it easier to kind of only lift up and down. Let me turn this over so you get a better feel. I felt just kind of like holding it up and down to keep it level, and then doing most of the guiding by the handle was the best way. It seemed like anytime I tried to grab onto here and hold on to it, I would make gouges that were just a little, I was basically taking gouges. But as soon as I figured out to go ahead and start holding it by the handle here, and just kind of lifting it up, it seemed to work a lot better, and it was more just kind of like a good hardcore 10 grit sandpaper going down on the concrete, vice taking out those major gouges. But anyways, I'll see you in the morning. Hey, good morning, everybody. So it's the next morning. It's about 9 in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and get the angle grinder around the edges and get that finished up. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and start the degreasing and then also the etching process. So first thing I'm going to do is get the angle grinder out. I'm not going to get the pressure washer till later. I'm going to go ahead and do the degreasing and kind of do it just by hand brush, and then I'll just squeegee out most of the water. But when it comes time to the etching process, I'm going to make sure that I have the power washer with me so that I can go ahead and just really thoroughly rinse the floor prior to doing any patch repair on the concrete. Now originally I was thinking to do the patch corrections first, but the directions prior to doing the patchwork first prior to doing the pressure washing, but the directions state to degrease it, do the etching, and then do the patchwork. So I'm just going to follow the directions. All right, let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I am using industrial purple degreaser and cleaner for my degreasing step. I did an unboxing video of the pressure washer that I bought, and so that will probably be out before this video, but who knows, we'll see what happens. But anyways, this is what I'm going with. So now after I'm gonna go ahead and scrub this down very intensely with this. I'm gonna go over it once or twice with the power washer, pressure washer, and then I'm going to pull out the etching, get into my shoes, pull out the etching compound, and get busy as per the directions. So let's get started. What's going on, everybody? So it is time to do the etching process. Etching is using some sulfuric acid, and basically I'm going to spread it in 10 by 10 boxes, go ahead and scrub it down, and then just move on to the next section. So at first I'm going to need to wet the concrete again. You know, it's really looking pretty nice, as you can see behind me. It's looking pretty nice. But after this step, I'm gonna have to wait for 24 hours. And although I'm getting a little tired because it's been a lot of work kind of going above and beyond, I'll be looking forward to getting caught up on other things since this has been taking so much of my time. But anyways, hey, let's get going. Time to send it.
Clock is ticking, time for the weekend. Work is coming to an end. I got my eyes wide open, savoring the moment, trying to breathe it all in. If I could slow down the clock, I would. When I'm with you, I just feel so good. I'd hit replay every single night. So for now, let's just take our time. Now that I've got you by my side, tell me, are you ready for the ride? You know we're gonna make it last all night. So let's just take our time. Breathe
right, so that's going to go ahead and conclude this part of the installation. I decided to make two parts because there's already so much content in the preparation. I want to make sure that I have it all locked in. But the next part, we're going to go ahead and do just the last 3 steps, which is doing the concrete patching, and then we're going to go ahead and lay the epoxy, and I have one more product coming from a different company, so that's going to be a clear top coat, and when that arrives, I'm going to tell you why I went with them and why I chose that specific product. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next part. See you then.